Tom, Foxtrot, 3, Victor, Quebec, Kilo, uniform. I say again, 4 auger drill, 4 auger drill. Alpha, Bravo, 7, Foxtrot, Oscar, Alpha, uniform, Zulu.
Welcome back to the channel, gentlemen. We're talking about our kit for the winter today, and just making our kit winter ready, checking some things. As you can see, I'm wearing a cool piece of military surplus here. Actually busted out my M17 gas mask that I've had for a while, and this thing's pretty cool. I've had it a long time. Of course, we're rocking our bag to carry it as well, and we have our 10.5 suppressed. We're going to talk about this gun at a later date, but that's what I chose. Set it down there. Also, we're rocking the LBV 88. Did a whole video on it. I'll annotate it somewhere in here so you can go check it out. We also are rocking our high cut Gentex level 3 helmet, and some Peltor Contact 5s. Yeah, like I said, the LBV 88, but we're also rocking this cool Parka smock jacket, whatever you want to call it, and you can see it blends pretty good with this faded worn M81 woodland camo. This is a Romanian Fleck camo. I seen it in one of my local surplus stores and I had to have it, and I actually found this exact jacket online for a good price. Links in the comments below. But yeah, we'll take this off and go over it. We'll talk about the LBV more in a second. Something important for winter kit is what you're seeing right here and some of what you're not seeing. What's really good for winter is a good coat and a good neckerchief, shemagh, whatever you want to call it. This is a larger one. I've been rocking it a lot lately. It blends with the colors, but using it as like a scarf or a cover, something like that for a sniper veil. We have our neckerchief, shemagh. As you can see, it's a larger one. It's awesome to run like a scarf to keep that wind and cold off your neck. So this thing has a liner that is also removable. If you want to zoom in there, it's like a wool liner. It's very warm. It's not as cold today, but I want to push this out before it gets really cold. And like anything military surplus, there might be a lot of it here today in an oversupply, and it's gone tomorrow. That's the biggest thing I want to push to you. If you see something like this, and now there's plenty of other ones like your M65 field jackets, they're great too. They're still pretty plentiful. There's your German Fleck tarn camo, but this is the Romanian Fleck. As you can see, once again, it's pretty close to woodland. The color palette is pretty much exactly the same. This one is in really good shape. It's an extra large. As you can see, it's probably quite big on me, but I got it for a reason. That way I could run gear under it, run more under it in layers. That's something that's going to be big about your winter kit. You need to be out practicing. Just because it's cold doesn't mean shit's not going to go down, right? I mean, things are going to go down at the worst possible time. Think about disasters. Think about the blizzards out in the Midwest and Texas that you had serious power outages for weeks, months even for some people. You can run into things like that. You know, you want to have winter kit that's squared away, because when society, localized society, goes down, some weird and odd shit could start happening. This thing also has drawstrings, so you can kind of tighten it up on your gloves. It's got a drawstring right here in the liner, so you can kind of pull it tight to you. But I definitely recommend, if you're going to pick up this exact one, maybe sizing it up, just for the reason, like, even though it's larger and it kind of comes down like a trench coat, it's awesome just to wear to hide kit underneath. That's something that's key there. It's something you can throw on over your kit, and it's got a cool pattern that'll blend pretty much anywhere in North America. Even for quick instance, like I've got the sling outside here, that doesn't really matter, but getting a size up, you can almost conceal my 10.5 that has a suppressor on it with it. So that's something to think about, that you could even have your weapon slung under your coat. Just want to throw out these ideas out there for the Minuteman. That's why a kit of surplus like this, these larger coats, come in handy, is you can kind of keep it on you in those like super frigid areas that some of you are in. Keeps your rifle from freezing up, your bolt and everything else from freezing up, by keeping it on your body and kind of keeping it warm. Let you get a 360 look at it. That's one reason why, yeah, I could have probably went with a large or a large long. A lot of large stuff I have issues with because the sleeves don't come all the way down. This extra large fits me perfect. I'm a 6'1", 235-ish pound guy. It fits me great. As you can see, it comes down just to about my knees. Like I said, something I'm interested in running with this kit is on them super cold days, I can have my uniform, whatever, kit on, and throw this on over it, and have my kit underneath, and have something warm, and be able to go out and do things. It kind of gives me a concealed factor if I'm not running, you know, a long gun or a carbine. Have you subscribed to the channel yet? Have you liked this video yet? If you hadn't, you need to. It helps us out. And plus, I'm going to keep more great content rolling your way. And also, check out the links in the comments. Some of them are affiliates. They help us out, but I'm getting you the best deal on shit like this, and shit like this. So you can have that drip, or whatever the kids are calling it these days. I don't know, because I'm not in on all the lingo, but I see shit that I really like and think is cool and maybe blends in with my surrounding, so I buy it and I use it and I get out here and test it. Then I video it and show you guys what I came up with. So you might want to drop a subscribe, maybe drop a like or a comment if you agree or disagree. Let me know. Like I said, for this Parka, there is a link below to pick one up. And I will be completely honest, it is an affiliate link. I draw a very small commission, not really much to write home about, but it can help me buy more of these to expend for the channel, because ammo can be expensive. Check out the links. I'll actually have a full Telegram group set up that's dedicated to all the deals that I can find, deals that I would buy had I the funds, or deals that I have bought. And I only represent places that I have done business with, and some of them have been over a decade. You definitely want to check it out if you're looking for guns and gear. I'm going to post stuff that's budget minded, because that's what the channel's about. You're not going to see me out here telling you to buy a Daniel Defense. You're not going to see me out here telling you to buy a $2,000 AR when you can build a gun that's just as good for half of that easily. I mean, this has a stigma. This is a PSA upper suppressed, and you've seen it ran on this channel multiple times, and there's not been one issue out of this gun or this upper that I've had, nor the lower. The lower's lived through two different firearms or uppers. I mean, it runs great. So people give certain budget name's a bad brand. Run your gun until it breaks. Run it until it breaks. Then fix it, upgrade it, and keep running it. Sorry, I didn't mean to get off on a tangent. One of the final things I want to talk about is squaring away your cold weather kit. Is you want to find a rig, if you want to kind of come into our LBV-88, you want to find a rig that works. Now, our LBV-88 is not a high speed per se kit, but what it does is it distributes a load evenly around my body, doesn't make me front heavy, because I'm going to be wearing a larger jacket and more layers. I'm going to be heavier, so I want good weight distribution. Sometimes the chest rig will be okay if it's a lighter chest rig, but this being more of a patrol-esque scenario, I wanted something that's going to be more comfortable to wear around me and carry a load. And the biggest thing here is I have the ability to carry a small pack, which is our butt pack. Right now I don't need them, it's not that cold, but I can keep like thermal underwear, you know, a base layer that I can quickly change into. If I'm out here, say overnight, I need to change over into something warmer, or say have a spare change of just regular underwear, especially socks, in case your socks get wet, or if you're going to be out here for a while, rotating those out and letting them dry. You know, the weather here in the southeast is very wet through the winter, so having that in mind, having rain gear to cover you up if it rains, keeping that in mind for the winter, like knowing your weather patterns, your temperatures, and preparing for it to get colder. You can always shed layers if it gets hotter. Just make sure you have a color underneath your layer that's going to blend with your terrain. The last thing for you guys, I know the gun tubing world is chaos right now. I mean, it's always kind of chaos, but it's very chaotic right now. And I get that a lot of these big gun tubers, YouTubers, forget about us. They forget about the little guys like we are that are just trying to get something that's usable. Like, we don't need Mayflower this. I know I preach that here and there. We don't need $600 jungle rigs and $2,000 ARs. And we may feel like things could be accelerating to a point where we can't save up to buy these things. And that we are forgotten. And I'm here to tell you that surplus kit can be just as good. We talked about the LBV-88 before in the previous video. It's a great starter kit. It's gonna hold your mags. I'm not here to try to sell you on it, but I'm saying military surplus equipment, albeit it may be used, sometimes it could be salty depending on the price, it's gonna get the job done. Buy it, go out and train with it, and adapt it to meet your needs. That's what the great thing is about it. Then you learn what good gear can be. Same with your ARs. If all you have is PSA money, buy the PSA, but run it. Get out and run it. Go somewhere, go to a national park, whatever, test your gear out. You know, you may live in a state where you can't carry this with it, but you can put your gear on and test it out and go on 2 or 3 mile hikes and see how it feels and get everything adjusted. I will be one to tell you, it took me a while to get this LBV-88 adjusted around my hips and where I need it and the load carrying right, but now it is spot on perfect. It takes experience to figure out what you need and how you can adapt it around your body. So that's all I got for you guys is stay in the fight, keep going, and remember, resistance to tyranny is obedience to God.